Good afternoon. Miriam here from Enyo UK on our Lunchtime live, and welcome. It is lovely to have you here, whether you're live or whether you're on catch up. And remember that everything is also on my Enyo UK with Miriam Freer page, and also it will be also uploaded to YouTube. So happy days, you can get it in every form. Hello, lovely Bev, how nice to have you here. So, first things first, look at my little badge. It says, if you can't read it, well done. So, the call out today is to everybody who has survived a week of homeschooling. This is week 1. I feel that I now need a little badge of triumph, but this is not just for mums and dads who are homeschooling. Maybe you have a member of your family who's a teacher, maybe you are a grandparent, maybe you are just supporting other people who are homeschooling, and the shout out is to you because I know that that is putting a pressure on us all. So particularly I want to say thank you very much for joining me today. What I've noticed about homeschooling is that I therefore need to get everything else done in record quick time. And so record quick time cleaning means for me Enyo, win-win, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Enyo, if you're new here, is all about chemical-free cleaning. That's what we're looking at, and we're going to talk particularly about air quality today. So I see that my beautiful cousin all the way over somewhere that's going to be noticeably more chilly in Switzerland, but probably a little bit more snowy and beautiful. So lovely to have you here. I have no doubt you might also be running the gauntlet of homeschooling. I was just saying, Jill, this is my badge of award. Well done, Mum. There are still 4 of us alive in the house. So that is good. Let me talk about air quality then. You might have got an email from Enyo last week talking about this subject. It went out on Friday. If you didn't get it, please get in touch, because what it means is we haven't got your email details, and what that means is you're going to be missing out on special offers or information or things that are coming your way. And Enyo head office have started sending out loads more helpful bits and pieces, and so please get in touch if for any reason you're not getting those, and we can update your contact details. In that email about air quality, which is what we're going to talk about today, it doesn't sound very exciting, but it is really, is that the air quality inside noticeably is about 5 to 7 times poorer than outdoors. And in fact, the Royal College of Nursing did a review back in 2020 about air quality, air pollution, most of which was inside the home. 20,000 deaths a year attributed to poor air quality. So that's not all that we're living in a smoggy environment. So what is it that we are doing, potentially, right, you may be able to have a little guess here, fingers to the keyboards, about what is it that we could be doing negatively to impact our air quality. I'm sure you all know loads of reasons. So I'm encouraging you not to be shy and to share with the group some reasons why air quality inside the home could be so poor, particularly now compared to maybe even like 10 or 15 years ago, about why that could be decreasing to such a degree. And while you're thinking about that, don't be shy, I would also like to know about what maybe you noticed. Do you notice things in yourself if you use certain products or if you're near certain things? So I know myself that I have a negative breathing reaction if I go into a home that's burning lots and lots of highly scented candles, right? My body just can't digest with that. Exactly that, Beverly Larkin. You are on the money today. One of those for decreasing our air quality is the massive increase in cleaning chemicals in the home. So in about the last 10 years, poor ventilation, absolutely, Jill, that's a real issue as well. We're so hermetically sealed that we don't get any airflow through the home, a massive reason as well. So if you combine the two, we've got poorer ventilation, and also we've got a massive increase in our chemical loading inside the home. All of these things are causing our poor air quality. So chemicals, air fresheners, highly scented candles, just perfumes in general. Do you remember we've talked in the past about that massive catch-all of fragrance, which means that you can kind of put any nasties inside it. The term that we often talk about is volatile organic compounds. That's VOCs to you and me. And what that is where we have gases or that are emitted from certain solids and liquids. Let's talk examples. So here we have, all right, empty. In fact, it's so old, it's appealing now, but I like to use it as a visual aid. So I'm not trying to debunk anyone here. I'm just saying this is an example of where we have a liquid that comes out, but it will emanate a gas. And you probably know that if you've used anything really strong, catches in your throat. So it comes out as a liquid, but there's a gas that comes off. And volatile organic compounds are where those gases come and affect us. And then they have all sorts of things that bring with them. So I'm going to have a look here because the list is so long that I can't remember it all. But we've got household products, we've got just our flooring, our paint, the fact we've got loads more synthetic materials that we're using. We've got fuels that when they burn, they create an issue. Sometimes if we burn oils, right, they can change their compound as well. So all these things can affect our air because they're emitting different gases. All right, so let me go into others. We've got paints, paint strippers. The one I obviously want to focus on today is our cleaning agents. These are some of the health effects. Holy moly, there's so many, it's not funny. So, eye, nose and throat irritation, headaches, loss of coordination, nausea, damage to our liver, kidneys, central nervous system. They can cause cancer in us as well. We also can get conjunctivital irritation. I definitely used to get itchy eyes when I used some of those cleaning products. Headaches, allergic skin reaction, nausea, fatigue, dizziness, and so the list goes on. Not sounding great so far. So what can we do to eradicate those? Well, one thing we can do is limit the amount of nasty chemicals that we bring in the house. One thing I didn't know until yesterday, because every day is a school day, hence my homeschooling badge, is that even when they're locked away, they're still emanating that gas. They're still gassing off inside the bottle and therefore gassing out between the plastic. I never knew that. So even at that time before I used Enyo and they were all locked away in a cupboard, they're still emitting all of those VOCs. That's still affecting my health. So, new thing. I don't know if you knew that too, but I didn't. So what can we do instead? Well, one of the major places where we have these VOCs is around window cleaning products. They are some of the worst. So if you look at that very well-known make of window cleaner, that has some of the highest, most dangerous, critical levels of VOCs. And Jill said earlier that one of the things that we need to do is ventilate the room when we're cleaning. But if I'm cleaning my windows, all right, God, what a lovely drab old Orkney day. Orkney at its best today. All right, so it's pretty grim out there. One of the things that I'm not going to do when I'm cleaning my windows is necessarily open them because I need a nice flat surface. So if you imagine then we clean the inside with a load of nasty chemicals and then we're all breathing it in. But no, not required anymore with Enyo. And what I'm going to talk today about now practically is the products that we have and how we can use those to our best advantage. All right, so I've got here my lovely Combi Wiper, which I adore and love. Remembering that with Enyo, all right, all we're using is water. So there's no volatile organic compound to let go because it's just water. That's all that's happening. So that's the very best thing for our health, particularly on grim old days when all the windows are shut. And because it is doing a deep pore clean, it's pulling out the dirt every time, then everything is going to stay cleaner for longer. Happy days, less cleaning. All right, let's start at the top then. I'm not going to talk in much detail about the duster. We're going to get on to this, but in the weeks to come. But the important thing about this is that when all those gases have gassed off, they fall as solids and they wrap up with our dust. So what we need to do then is remove our dust safely, and one of the ways that we can do that is with our Enyo duster. Okay, so just a bit of a side note there. Let's talk then about the products that we have here that we can utilise. So as you know with Enyo, lots of times, I'm going to have to put that bottle out the way, it's making me dizzy just having a look at it. All right, so as you know with Enyo, a lot of the time what we're doing is we have the same fibre, but we have it in a different form to make it as easy as possible for us to utilise in the circumstances that we're using it. So this, our Living Strong Glove, this is the medium side, this is the strong side, is exactly the same fibre as on my Combi Wiper, and also the new fibre that's on the multi-tool. So I'm going to talk about all of those things. If I was just spot cleaning, then the first thing that I'm going to do is probably use my glove, because I would be wiping around all of that. Right, I might just spray a little down here, but what it will enable me to do, God, it really is grim and horrible out there, is just be able to wipe down my window ledge and probably my dirty UPVC that should have been done some time ago. And I will finish the window, but remember, if we use the glove, we have to finish off with an Enyo to pick up that moisture and leave it sparkling and clean. All right, the problem is, obviously I've got quite a lot of window here, and by the time I get all the way around the house, this is going to be soaking wet. And that's the reason why we then start introducing our tool. This is not deficient in any way. And if I'm spot cleaning, particularly above my sink in the kitchen, where, hello Canada, where all the sparks are on above the kitchen, then my glove is the one that I'm going to grab, because I can just do that quick wipe and the job is done. But if I'm cleaning the whole of my house, then what I actually need is a tool. I need to check that nobody's on the internet. Just a moment. Emily, can you come off the internet, please? And that would be it. Right, so that's the hazard of homeschooling. More of us trying to use the one little kilobyte of bandwidth that we have. Right, so let's have a look then at our Combi Wiper. Oh my goodness, I think this is one of my favourite things in the world, because it makes everything so quick and easy. Now, this is our 28 centimetre. Remember that you can make any streaks afterwards. No, Siobhan, there are none. In fact, you can see that just come away completely. You'll see it just evaporate away. That's one of the reasons why we love Enyo. It makes us look so good, because it's a wet wipe, dry behind, and the job of this one here is to disperse the water droplets so it always dries streak free. And you're not trying to buff it within an inch of its life. So every time, no streaks, which is amazing on a window, because I used to work for hours. I use the term loosely, but I used to work for some time before my mother came to visit to clean my windows, and then you would catch them in the light and you get all that arc of the chemical left behind, and there's none of that at all. Right, Combi Wiper. It comes in a way that this is the 28 centimetre, but you can just pop this off. It's got a little push, and you can make it 16 centimetres as well. So it depends which one is going to work for you. I love that glove too. In fact, Laurie, you put me onto a great tip with that, and I cleaned the inside of a radiator grill with it. Holy moly, all sorts of stuff came out. Combi wiper then. Now, traditionally, we've told you, all right, if we've met with you, that we would usually clean it. Oh, look at my garden looking in disarray. Right, that we would usually, we're just going to spray so there's enough water for the fibre to aggravate up the dirt. All right, I would just give it a clean. I'm not trying to clean it like a window cleaner would. I'm trying to do any of that fanciness. All I need to do is get at least enough water for the blade, for the fibre, sorry, to be able to pick up the dirt. And then what I'm going to do is just pull that down. But you can see that there's obviously moisture left at the bottom, and that's where our new multi-tool comes in, which is what I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. All right, so yeah, Siobhan, this is where Enyo is second to none, because the finish that we get lasts and lasts and lasts, and the reason why it does that is because it's pulling out the dirt. So what happens when you wash your window with a cloth, all right, looks incredible, looks like you've pulled off the dirt, but you've left all the stuff that's down in those little micropores and crevices. So actually what happens then, like in Orkney, if we get a big blow, then all that dirt sticks back on again. With Enyo, because we've pulled it out, now when we have a big blow, the windows may look dirty, but as soon as it rains, it washes off again because there's nothing for the water to adhere to. So hopefully that will make sense. Right, so here you can see it just takes off all of that. Now, if I was being really good to you, I would go outside, but it's frightful out there. So you're going to have to take my word for it. Actually inside, and for my friends that live in warmer, sunnier climes, you can just use your Combi wiper with the blade on the same side. And what that will do, I'm going to have one bit of window, aren't I, that's really clean. All right, what that can do is wash and pull down the moisture all at the same time. Now, outside, I find that doesn't give me enough of a clean, all right, because usually by the time I'm out, half of Orkney is stuck on my window, and so what I need to do is remove it. Siobhan, what I will do afterwards is I will ping you a message, and you can tell me about whether it's gloves that you're after, they're 29, whether it's an Enyo fill or whether it's our Combi, all right, and it comes in different forms. The cheapest way is actually to buy this as a pack for £89, and this is going to last you about 5 years before you have to change the fibre. All right, and then the fibres at the moment, they're 21. Right, everything is always subject to change, so if you're watching this in 2025, the prices might have changed. All right, so this one, but the tool, I've had the same tool since I started to use Enyo 7-8 years ago, and it's still going fine. I just need to change the rubber on it. Okay, so I'll get in touch with you afterwards and talk to you about that in a little bit more detail. Right, so you can see already, nothing left there, nothing that's going to obscure the vision of how much gardening I need to do imminently. But sometimes it's just not quite long enough. And so what we can do then is, and this is why I love the versatility of all of Enyo's products, is, look at that, little power grip fits on the end and locks back into place. All right, and for me, if I'm outside, there's obviously a bit more of a dip than there is inside my house, and that will just mean that I can reach all the way to the top. Siobhan, that's a great question. I'll get in touch and we'll have a little chat. Right, so that's our Combi wiper. Remember the versatility of turning it round, the fact that you can add this little bit on. Do you know what? I didn't know that for ages. Every day is a school day in Enyo for me. And also you can have this little thing. It's called a twister. Right, you can see it's got a little button on there that says push. This also fits on to the Combi wiper. And you may be thinking, well, what's the big deal about that then? Well, this is my floor system pole. If I just bring that out, the floor system, then you can see that it enables me to go outside and wash my windows all the way down. Okay, all the way down to the bottom without what would happen if it was just vertical like that, because I would reach the point where I can't get low enough, and then I'll be pulling away on the blade very slightly, and you would hear do 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 on the other side. So those clever people at Enyo give us every little bit of versatility that we need, right? But the great place to start is with the Combi Wiper itself. I just think it is absolutely awesome. And if you're looking to save some money on your Enyo, then I would say go and find a few other people. In fact, my lovely colleague Nicola, who's online, is exactly that. She was able to save the lady that she was doing the demo for loads of money. All right, so if you're looking to top up your Enyo, if you've got some friends you'd like to share that with, then all right, a great way to get a massive saving on your Enyo is for us just to do a little Zoom call all together, and then you can save some money on your Enyo too. So let's talk about how we therefore use this little beauty here. So you'll see I'm using the same base. Let me just get this off so you know what I'm talking about. So the Combi Wiper now has a new friend. And the new friend that it has is called the multi-tool. So these two ends come off, all right? So it's all naked, and then you pop it on to this base here. I feel very Blue Peter. And then that enables me to have just a light clean. Now, if I'm going to do all of my windows, I will definitely be using my Combi Wiper. But if I am just needing to give a quick wipe, so say I've washed them all and then I'm out doing my little, I'd like to say daily, but I can't lie, a little clean on my windows, then this one now I can also use, and, oh, hang fire with me, caller. Oh, nearly there. And then if I bring you down here, because it's a soft fibre, I can use it quite happily as well, okay, on all of my sealed wood. And this is going to be a really helpful, just a quick once over in these areas. I've got a few marks on the walls that I'm also going to use. All right, so these, well, yes, cleaning class, it really does help, doesn't it, Laurie, just to recap and be able to talk about where Enyo's at. And I did one the other day and people just said, I completely forgotten I could use my Enyo for that. And the last thing we want is you to have invested and then it be sitting underneath the sink. All right, so maybe we haven't seen you for a while. Well, we won't have done, probably, because we haven't been allowed out. So if that's you, if you've got some friends, or maybe even you just want a one-to-one because you've forgotten how to use some of your things, maybe you've lost a bit of passion for it because you're just out of the way of using it, then please get in touch, all right? And we can just go through those things, familiarise you again so that you can get the best out of it. So today, just to recap, the reason why we're doing this is, well, one, because it's super swift, but the health benefit is that we are massively reducing the volatile organic compounds that there are in the house, many of which are held in our cleaning products. We can eradicate all that. Oh, look, beautiful. Time to put my bikini on. Oh, that looks nice. And what I can use instead is just my Enyo and cold water, and it's going to stay cleaner longer, and it's going to be streak-free. So this little tool that I've been talking about as well, which I can use just for a quick light clean on my windows. It's not going to be the same deep clean that I'm getting with the Combi Wiper. I could use this, all right, but it's just not going, this is going to get wet very quickly if I do all my windows. So I really need my Combi Wiper with the blade if I'm doing all of that, but great if I've just got a little mark. In fact, this might be the one that I start to do above my kitchen sink on all those sparks. Oh, great idea. I'm glad you came along. Right, so I think I might be using that in the future. I'm going to try that out this week and see if that's a new little way for me to find my cleaning a little bit easier. If you do want a recap, what do we do about that? Now, well, first of all, I would say the first thing is, as Laurie said, have a cleaning class and just have a little get together. It's not onerous, all right? We can do it this way, we can do it online, whatever suits you. And at the moment, if you do that, then you can grab our fantastic multi-tool for a reduced price. And I think you will find it's a really helpful addition into your Enyo family of tools. And because it's January, because it's quite tough at the moment, then I've got a little, thank you very much, pay it forward. So everybody who hosts in January, you can get a lovely skincare mint glove and a mini glove, which I think is actually my favourite new Enyo product in the skin range. It's awesome. Little fingers in the glove, all of your cleaning of your face. You can have that for free, just as a thank you, because we know it's been tough, and we just want to say, as part of, you know, Enyo, that we're with you. And so that's our way that we can do that, is to say, wouldn't it be nice if you could have chemical-free, clean skin for this time of year, with a little bit of a buff to get rid of the dead skin owing to the weather. So I think that is it from me today. I want to say thank you very much for joining, and I encourage you, even if you're not ready to change all your home to Enyo yet, have a look on your bottles and see what it is that you might be using that potentially is causing a reaction in your lungs, that you could maybe change that to cleaning with Enyo, and we can talk about what that looks like for you. All right, we have a solution for you regardless of how things look for you. So let's talk about that. And one of those great solutions is just talking more and seeing it online and seeing more in action, and sharing that with your friends. So all of you, I wear this on your behalf, who have homeschooled this week, well done. For all of you who have supported others who have homeschooled, thank you very much. For all of you grandparents who are supporting parents, like my mum's a great support. For us as we homeschool, for all of you who've got friends and family who are teaching in these tricky conditions, thank you very much. Well done. Next week, I hope my kids award me another badge next week that says well done week 2. All right, so we shall see if I do that. So a big call out to all of you who are doing that as well. The great thing about Enyo is it means everything else that we're kind of shoehorning now into half a day, we can do those things in record quick time. I totally agree, Cindy. I'm shocked when I read the bottle too. And in fact, if I get this bottle here, do you know what's even more sneaky, which I think is really naughty, is it says for ingredients, you have to go somewhere else to have a look. So what it does do is it says, really dangerous, wear suitable gloves, don't breathe in the mist, don't put near foodstuffs, don't eat or drink or smoke, don't empty into your drains. So where else are you going to put it? Because it's going to go down the drain. Don't use near drains either. Well, that's also a bit difficult if I'm trying to use this to get rid of stuff in my bathroom. Don't put on any painted surfaces. You need to cover all your fish tacks, or preferably remove them before you start to use it. So we know that's not going to be great. Avoid contact with all plant life. And then it also says that you need to go here to see the ingredients, which I also think is a little bit sneaky. All right, so if you have a look, or if you do have a look, rather than just grab those things off the shelf, you may just find that there are other ways of doing it that will benefit you more greatly. So, well, what a lovely day. Maybe time for an afternoon jaunt. Look at that. Oh, horrible out there. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay warm and cozy. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for those of you who've already been in touch saying it'd be really great to have a look at this, this and this. And please continue to do that. We'll be back live next Monday at 1 o'clock. So if you're eating your lunch, that's great. If you're on some completely other time that I never know, in Canada, then I welcome you back, and thank you very much for joining me today. Have a great day, lots and lots of love, stay safe, and I'll see you next Monday